Hello, welcome back to Arknights. I haven't been playing this in a while, and it's mainly because I finished Break the Ice, and whenever I finish a series, and for some reason, especially in this game, because it happened with Rise to Lake Silvernerds as well, I lose interest in playing for a little while, but here we are. So I've already tried reading this. I even recorded the whole episode. However, corrupted video, so I'm gonna have to reread it. Fortunately, I should be able to read it better now. And like halfway through, it shows the old lady at the merchant stall, and for some reason, the video stopped recording at that point and just zoomed into her face a little bit, and it just sat with that old lady's face. So that's great. You must be bored of nights like this. The ones where the damp, cold fog creeps up on the roaring fires of the furnace. Ash permeates the air, its choking stench a constant assault on the nostrils. Hard to imagine being able to sleep like this, cramming a whole day's worth of work into an all-too-short dream, before awakening to find that things remain unchanged. A black city, black stones, black clouds, and blood-red flames ensconced in a furnace, unchanging since time immemorial. No, this is not particularly conducive to a good night's sleep. At the very least, something should fill the dreary silence. Something like this peaceful music. Or this peaceful music. 9:30 p.m. overcast. Kazdelian Residential District. The fire of the soul furnace is Kazdelian's sun truest. So I struggled with this guy because I kept trying to come up with some kind of tune. I couldn't. It dries our children's clothes, warms our worries' hearts, stamps hoof to the beat. Moo moo. Am I right, guys? Moo moo indeed. There's no better place in Kazdelian than the plaza by the furnace. Those stingy little hawkers haggle with some loser merc. Who the fuck do you think you're mouthing off about? Your singing stinks. Going on all day about like a broken horn. We didn't lose to the Victorians. We had to. What were those words again? The fighters console themselves, calling it a tactical retreat. Right. It was a tactical defeat. But even his burden beasts know his knapsack is empty. His daughter's not seen him in years. Now looks at him funny. The crowd warming by the furnace node begins to laugh. Suddenly, an ear-piercing sound rends the air. The laughter abruptly stops. The warrior's an angry mangler beast. His hands like claws reaching for my throat. Won't someone come save me? She will over my savior comes. The ceremony starts in 5 minutes. Knock it off. What did I say about putting your music sheets in the cordon? I looked it up. It's cordon too. Snapstring, get your clutter away from the furnace already. And you, Steel Skull, back off from the cordon a bit. Unless you want your burden beast buddies to burn their fur. Oh, it's you, Nymph. Joining in on the fun? Relax. This broken furnace only spits out sparks. I know better than you, right? Settle down. My head nearly got crushed, but now I do recall. I wanted to give the souls in the furnace one less farewell song. Calmly warms itself by the fire. Burden beasts are cute. I get it, not everyone's 30-something like you. But things are about to change. The furnace used to burn revenants for power. But we're about to switch to a new source of energy. Hermes says tonight's ceremony will be really important to get the revenants to come out. If something goes wrong and the furnace goes boom... Steel Skull, are you even listening? I saw much worse out there. Even the feline's cannons barely even singed these guys. So what's a rinky-dink oven going to do, even if it blows? The fire's just right tonight. Might as well get my blade reforged. Why don't you guys just listen? Fine, I'll do it myself. Hey, don't tug on my burden beasts. They... What? They'll think you're playing with them and knock you into the dirt. The unreasonable is now reasonable. You bully so you don't get bullied. Our ancestors have seen enough. They're about to go flying free. That's dumb. Sarkaz, don't bully Sarkaz. Disdainful whistle. Ow, that hurt. The plaza's packed. Are you really going to tell everyone to go on one by one? You need more than one set of legs. Can't you just, I don't know, use your jaw magic to scare them all off in one go? No, nuh-uh. That's simply out of line. Sarkaz don't bully Sarkaz, remember? Also, you should never ever treat a Jawl's power so lightly. Is she meta right now? Tell me in the comments if her power is actually good. Okay, okay. No wonder you're the kindest Jawl. No, the nicest Sarkaz in all of Kazdel, Nymph. Now go break a leg. Nymph looks behind her at the furnace, no plaza, filled to the brim with raucous mute singing, peddlers hawking their wares, and hammers beating on weapons. In the distance, the soul furnace towers above, belching out an acrid, thick black smoke. A careful listener could hear the faint screeching of the revenants. The past 200 years, day after day, it has sent energy to the furnace nodes, which then pass that energy onto the countless homes in Kazdel. I don't know what will happen to the revenants after the ceremony. Come to think of it, I don't know what a revenant even looks like. I promised Ermi I'd make sure the people in the neighborhood were safe before the ceremony started. Why can't the Sarkaz in Kazdel just do as they're told? What is the meaning of this? Are you going to let me finish reading or not? Another fit? Oh, good. Why don't you milk this out all night? It's not as if you're the one paying for the ceremony, are you? Enough. I don't like being here and inhaling these nauseous gases either. If you could all be a tad bit more cooperative, we could get this over with and be on our separate ways. I shall just carry on from where I was interrupted. Not that any of you were listening in the first place. The duty of the soul furnace nears a close. The torments of thine burning body here too shall end. Thus, under the eyes of the myriad souls do I pray. If I could offer a comment, though the ceremonial recitation states pray, you ought to know that this is more of a notice. Also, await these rites in peace. Spread not thine suffering means pipe down, don't cause a ruckus. Things are rather hectic in the city right now, and if you could just wait until I have a moment spare, I'll give you all the pomp and circumstance you need. When the time comes, do as you will, whether that means going home or staying here to help. Hell, get into a fight if that's what you want. Just don't tear down the city walls while you're at it. Did you get all that? Speak up if you did. Your rights mean nothing. We have waited and suffered for too long. You threw us into this furnace. Too long. The burning, the scorching. Yes, I understand you've been through a lot. Just to be fair, I didn't throw you in there, and we, the Sarkaz today, are not ungrateful. What we're doing at this very moment is trying to get you guys out, so pipe down already. Millions upon millions of nights, traveling through the dark, my kindreds, my screams have been drowned. Young Lich, a mere child, insincere, insolent, ignorant. Still your tongue sees your lies and get thee gone. Mother! You better do as you're told if you know what's good for you. I've tried to keep this civilized. Act your age already. You're over 10,000 years old. As a wizened Lich rants and raves, a stray of glob of slag splashes across his face. Master, is everything alright? The gouge indicates that the furnace's energy output isn't stable. Is something the matter with the ceremony? Do you require my assistance? Stay back. You're not needed yet. Tirade of sarcasm swearing. Mark my words, if these geriatric fools aren't taken care of by tonight, I'll be Manfred's personal shoeshine. Root beer. General, you've been standing guard all day. You should take a rest. Now's the pivotal moment of the ceremony. Nothing can be allowed to go wrong. Take your positions. If you notice anything out of the ordinary, report to me at once. Yes, sir! Seems Kazdel is still somewhat chilly this time of year. Oh yeah, and when she popped up, I said, is she from the main story, the cockroach girl? But then they got corrupted, so you guys don't get to see that. Anywho, hey, you really ready to meet your old pals? Today is the crossroads, the end of an endless history. Their sacrifice may not have been willing, but it was their agony and torment that fueled Kazdel for thousands of years. For that, they have my utmost respect. Not willing? You were the one who caught them and threw them into the furnace in the first place. You really think you'll manage a nice, peaceful chat with them? Her Highness has restored my sanity and given me clarity. My mind is no longer shrouded in haze, my heart no longer gripped by senseless rage. Let me see them. I'll try to quell their anger. It was I who began this age of suffering. It is only fitting that I end it. Here's hoping you can. The souls are roasting in the furnace. They've got emotions of every sort. Will they really be ready to wave goodbye to their old metal home? Hey, you! Stop gopping at the furnace like an idiot and start gopping at these wares like a genius. You don't like them? You got no taste. Come take a look, girl. Oh, you again. So this is where it froze. And then I like watching it again, it like zoomed in to like this much of the screen. And it's just her face in the middle of the screen. So, yeah, that's great. Fat Wallet, about last time. Oh, are you hurt? You should watch where you're running. The girl makes a face and sticks her tongue out at Nymph before peeling off into the distance. While you're short of customers, Fat Wallet, you need to get your stuff outside to the cordon. I can help. Fine by me. Not like I've got any customers. Really? That's great. I'll get started then. Gonna need payment first, though. If I have to move my whole stall, then you're gonna have to rent the spot from me. Rent? But this is just an empty spot by the road. Well, it's mine now. It's a good spot by the furnace. Lots of slackers hanging about. It's warm, too. You can get your 3 squares a day here without having to waste energy at home. It won't be cheap. Anyway, that's enough free talk. You want anything more out of me? It's gonna cost you. You're getting in the way of business here. Hey. Nymph looks to the soul furnace in worry. It might be her imagination, but the smoke appears to be getting thicker. A job only I can do? Sure, Ermi. My purse has been pretty light lately, so this is a lifesaver. What do you need me to do? What do you need from me? Repairs? Looking for a burden beast? After burden beasts? Bro, this is when I struggled too. I can do a little bit of everything. Oh, I would never task you with something so trivial. Oh, kind, considerate nymph. It'd be a terrible waste of talent. Let me think. What should this position be called? Neighborhood officer? Neighborhood officer. Alright, I may have just come up with that title, but it's really important. You'll be the friendly neighborhood solver of any tricky issues. As you know, ever since that Victorian business, we've been dreadfully spread thin, and maintaining order in the streets is becoming more difficult by the day. But when it comes to making sure everyone's safe, you're one of the best. You're Kazdel's most considerate Jal, after all. I am? But okay, I get the idea. Make sure everyone's safe. Just leave it to me, Ermi. I'll do my very best. Fat Wallet, if I rent the spot from you, you'll move outside the cordon, right? That's what you said. Let me see my... Where's my purse? Yeah, the kid stole it. Wait, it's definitely on me somewhere. I must have put it in another pocket. How could this be? Maybe I forgot it to bring it with me when I left the house? Looks like I've got a fool on my hands. Maybe you're a nice, honest soul. Nope, no such thing. So you must be a fool. My purse is gone and the ceremony's almost over now. Fat Wallet, please, please, please move your soul away, please. If you don't move, then Steel Skull won't either. Then everyone's going to get burned by the furnace. Oh, that big lummox is still holding the grudge. All I did was store my goods in his house while he was out fighting. Not like he said I couldn't. I looked after that daughter of his for years. Him? He slinks back from Victoria, tail between his legs, completely empty-handed. You think I babysit for free? You looked after her? You raised her to be a fucking thief. Sorry. Language, I know. I gave her a name so I could send her off to learn to read and write, and you ruined all of that. Wait, please stop fighting. The furnace, the cordon, there's no time. That's my purse. Please don't run. Ow. Nymph is tripped up by the girl and lands face first in a puddle of mud. Bystanders chuckle as they help her up. And covered from head to toe in muck, she glances dejectedly at the quarreling duo. Everywhere she looks, people are going about their business as usual within the cordon. Even the pushover wandering singer is sitting cross-legged, composing a new song by the light of the furnace. I forgot my ring light! Thanks, okay, I just turned it on. Oh, what to do, what to do, what she wants is really simple, but now she finds herself in a pickle. I hate that guy, he needs to go away. Ay, ay, ay. You done yet? What's taking so long? Wasn't the last few times real smooth? If you can't hack it, just step down, let me. Hey! Who even lets you up here, Wizardel? Wizardel. Did I not instruct Ermengarde to keep everyone away from the ceremony? It's bad enough that you're here. Did you really have to bring that one along too? You've been floating up here forever, and nothing's happened. I came because I was worried about you. You came because you wanted to rubberneck. As for being worried about me, best you worry about yourself. What's to worry about? I wasn't the one who stuffed our ancestors in the fire to roast like sweet potatoes. Good. Those who dare speak to a revenant in such a manner tend to meet an unhappy end. The murderer returns. Is it him he must pay? Make him pay! Pain, agony, forsaken, all his debts. How dare he? Silence, all of you. Listen to what he has to say. Debt? I owe you nothing. It was all a necessary price to pay. Then why did you not stay? Then why do you not throw them in too? Then why did you return? I'm here to pick you up. Your duty is at an end. I've come to welcome you as you leave this cramped purgatory. Ridiculous, laughable. It was you who threw us in here. You who left alone. How dare you? How dare you? How dare you return so brazen and condescending? I will see you pay the price. I will see everything burn in the raging flames of the furnace as we did. I understand your anger. I will face your wrath. But now, I just want to come up. I want you to come up and see the Kazdel today. Come and see. See the city you've devoted yourselves to. It is proof that you lived. You have no place to say that to us. No, wait, you, the one we called the eldest of revenants. Why have you come back like this? You need not feel sorrow for me. My shattered soul has been burned away. Nothing is left. Eldest of revenants, why? Why are you in a cannon? No, it's more like a sanctagun. Our vaunted elder trapped inside a sanctagun. What are they arguing about, old man? Translate for me. It's not entirely sure it could be called an argument. Huh? Why so quiet all of a sudden? They hashed things out already? Maybe don't blast ash in your guest's face. What the hell was that? Based on my prior dealings with these fellows, that would be the equivalent of spitting in your face. Me? What did I do? Sarkad swear. Hey, you old farts. What gives? You are all beyond reasoning. What's going on? General, our cannons. They've started charging on their own. I think it's the remnants of the Revenant fragment in the core. It's starting up our guns. Is it? What's the target? If I'm reading this right, it's the soul furnace. Quick, cut all power. can't tell, I already read this once. It's been a lot easier to read this time, though, because I also took my medicine today. So, brain is working. Fantastical lights explode and streak across the night sky like a rain of fire. Cold, weary, and unchanging as ever, Kazdel silently absorbs their fiery descent. There's always someone awake, yearning for a glimpse of something different from the small patch of night sky outside their window. Something like a sudden violent burst of fireworks. And I was talking about earlier how cool this picture is, because, like, first of all, that thing is crazy. The box that she's holding. I didn't even notice that earlier. Holy crap. Okay, that's weird. I like this character, though. I think she's a new character. And I said, if she's new, then let me know, because I don't actually know. I kept calling her the new character last time I recorded this. But I don't truly know if she's a new character or if she just had, like, a boosted, what's it called, banner recently, and then they just had her as the main character. But with Ray, they choose a new character with a boosted banner. I don't know. Just let me know. Something like a sudden violent burst of fireworks. The furnace! Who fired that cannon? My roof, darn it, I just fixed it up a few days ago. Where'd that big rock even come from? And what's that burning smell? Boom. Ow, my head. Hot, hot. Dang it. Eh? What was that? No, I don't have time to worry about the roof. Everyone, please listen. That accident is definitely connected to the ceremony. The soul furnace could restart at any moment. For your safety, please evacuate outside the cordon immediately. Clang, clang, clang. The mercenary, mending his weapon, keeps hammering away without even looking up. Come on, come on. Come and take a look. You're blind if you don't buy anything. You all really just fucking die already. Body mouth. Steel Skull's hammer stops mid-swing. Bat Wallet's shouting stops mid-sentence. And the Wandering Singer's guitar string snaps mid-pluck. Girl, what did you just say? I said, are you deaf? What? What? For the sake of everyone's safety? Burn, burn, I'll burn you all to ash. Hey, calm down. What are you coming over here for? My clothes and the burden beast are what was it, flammable? He's right. Don't do anything crazy. Get behind the cordon now, or else. Cowards who flee from battle, thieves who steal from their own, lowlifes who indulge in pleasure, idlers who shirk their duties. I'll kill you all. Kill! Kill! Or else. Huh? Where'd everyone go? One by one, the plaza's crowd turned their heads, staring at Nymph in disbelief. Steel Skull frantically tries to drag his burden beast out of the cordon, while Fat Wallet packs up her stall with a surprising speed for someone her age. Nymph feels something bump into her chest. The girl who stole her purse shoves it back into her hands, then runs off as fast as she can. The Wandering Singer now stands meekly outside the cordoned area with his sheets under his arm, as if he has been there the whole time. Wow, that's... Nymph scratches her head, setting free a glimmering fragment that had fallen into her hair. It still retains the heat of the furnace it was so unduly ejected from. As it tumbles out of her hair, the strange voice in her head cuts off. Nymph, can you hear me? Nymph! Nymphy, hey! Is that you, Ermi? How come I can't see you? Look at the mirror in the little box I gave you. Oh, wow, Ermi. How'd you get inside that mirror? Didn't I tell you that when I gave it to you? You must have missed the instructions I wrote again. Lich creations aren't so easy to understand. Besides, if I ever need to use it, you'll help me. So, what's going on? I saw a really big explosion over by the furnace. Something went awry at the ceremony, and now the ancestors are throwing a fit. Get this, the Revenant on the airship got into a fight with those in the furnace. Are you okay? I'm fine. A little explosion like that couldn't hurt me. My master's still counting on me to run errands for him, though. I have a bit more on my plate than I can handle. As for the furnace, it's still intact, and there haven't been any further issues, but the explosion caused another problem, and I might have to ask you for your help again. I'm just glad you're alright. Whatever you need help with, just say the word. We need to hunt down all the bits of slag that got ejected from the furnace, and see if they have any revenant fragments in them. Revenant fragments? Are they dangerous? A lot of people here have been picking up shards of stuff that fell from the sky after the explosion. They are, which is why Master wants me to find them as quickly as possible. The revenants in the furnace are restless now that they are missing some of their kind. As for the revenant fragments that are scattered, they're like ticking time bombs. We don't know when they're going to stir up trouble. But don't worry too much. Judging by the number of revenants still inside the furnace, only a handful of fragments have revenant riding along. Fewer than 10, in fact. Whew! Finally some good news. I was thinking about how long it'd take to find every single bit that fell from the sky. Well, unfortunately, that's the difficult part of all this. We have no idea where these fragments fell. They could be anywhere in Kazdel, really. So what do the ones with the revenants look like? To be honest, I haven't had a proper look at one. It shouldn't be too hard to identify something with a revenant riding inside it, although it'll influence the emotions and senses of the people around it. They happen to be surrounded by wisps of smoke. Maybe they sparkle and flash too? Yeah, something like that. Then you might want to look at this and see what it is, if it's what you're looking for. Though I haven't felt its influence my emotions or anything. Are you at home? I'll head over right now. Whatever you do, don't give that thing to anyone else. We're lucky you're a Jaw. Ah, okay, I'm by the furnace node near the high house. So go as quick as you can. This little rock sure is hot. Ermi, you're back! What did your master say? The good news is that it really was a revenant fragment. Master's already placed it back in the furnace, but the bad news is that we might have been too quick with retrieving it. Why is that a bad thing? Shouldn't we be putting them back right away? Wait, did your master compliment you? Even you have him figured out by now. Yeah, he did. And every time he does, he almost always building up to bad news. You know how I have to inspect goods going in and out of Kazdel every day? Organize patrols, arrange repairs for the holes in the furnace, and even inventory all the stuff he brought back from Lithuanian, right? He's already running me ragged, and now he wants me to... Ermi, did you try telling him that you're already swamped and that someone else should gather the fragments? I did tell him that! I even told him that the only reason we found this one so quickly was you. And then, did he change his mind? Why are you looking at me like that? Wait, Ermi, hey! Nymph! Help me out again last time, I swear. I really have too much to handle and that old tool doesn't really care. Please? You're the only one I can count on right now. But you just need to find all the fragments and bring them back. I'll give you a nice big reward if you do. I know you don't really lack anything, but I guarantee it'll be something you really want. And it's something only I can give you, not even my master could. Well, don't keep me guessing. Just say what it is and I'll think it over. I can't tell you too much at the moment, but don't worry. We liches are very, very generous people. Is that really the proper attitude to ask for help? Did anyone else would have walked away, but not this silly Jaw. She just lets you walk all over her. Fine, I'll help you find these fragments, but do you have a map that can show where they are, Ermi? The kind with the little black dots floating around? You think liches can just conjure things from thin air? Why would I have something like that But you have a point. You'd be chasing your own tail if I sent you off to find the fragments with no help. Not to mention that you don't have anything that could actually contain the revenant fragments. Pass me that box thing of yours while I think for a second. I'll need some time to give it a few upgrades. Head home and rest now. Once I'm done, I'll come find you. I thought it was a super urgent task. Oh, I wouldn't go that far. And once you have the right tool, you'll save far more time than the few hours it'll take me to make it. Fine, but I still hope you can think over the map thing a bit more. I'll put my box over here. See you later, Ermi. A way to detect revenants, to isolate them. What if I dismantled this part? No, that won't work. Ermi, I'm heading back now. I'll be waiting on the good news. Oh, alright, bye-bye. Liches are always so quick to jump into thinking mode. I really hope she doesn't become like her master one day. I've got some important things to do tomorrow, so I'd better get some rest. Wonder how many people will dream about those fireworks tonight. It's still so hot, like trying to hold a roast sweet potato fresh out of the oven. Can't even imagine how hot it is inside the furnace. So when she said this, I laughed because Wizardel said that he pushed them in like he was trying to cook sweet potatoes. It's nice to meet you, ancestor sir. I don't know what to call you. You must have been burning in the furnace since my grandparents were still little. You really gave it good to that crowd just now. Nymph walks over to the quiet corner of the plaza and sits down on some steps. I should probably put you back where you belong, but getting to meet you was something really special. I'd better tell you what I need to say quick. I've always known that you were real, ever since I was young. Everyone said that you were just stories to scare little kids, but I always believed. Back then, there was a Babel camp right by my doorstep. Mom and Dad never let me wander too far, and I was always looking for the camp's doctors to play with. My favorite fairy tale was the future the Babel doctors told me about. And then, my Babel friends left without warning. One day I'd go look for them, and as usual, and there was just the field. I was really sad, so I cried and cried at the furnace node in the plaza, because everyone told me that the underground pipes connected to it would carry my voice all the way to the great big soul furnace. Now that I've seen and heard you, I feel so happy. You really do exist, and you've been protecting us in all of Kazdel this whole time, and noisy. Oh, sorry. Nymph's eyes widen as a shadow slowly seeps out of the shimmering slag. It is barely a wisp, as faint as the cicada's wings, but at least he doesn't sound as angry as before. Shabby. You mean our neighborhood? Well, I think it's kind of nice once you get used to it. Barely any improvement. Improvement? Oh, you mean compared to 200 years ago? You're right. You've been in the furnace all that time. Maybe this is your first time out. Nymph stretches out her hand that the slag is resting on, allowing him a clearer view of the plaza. The first view he's had in 200 years that did not include flames. See? Ancestor Revenant, sir? This is where we live nowadays. What's that sound? Snapstring singing. That instrument he's holding is cobbled together from scraps. Looks like a guitar, but I don't know what it's actually called. And the mercenary? You mean Steel Skull? He's had a few drinks, and now he's dancing around his Burden Beast battle buddies. What of the army? Do you mean the military commission? Maybe... do you see that big airship flying overhead? I've heard they're up there. Rest. After a long period of silence, that is the only word that the slag says. Nymph doesn't quite understand the meaning. Not too far away, the wandering singer plucks at his instrument and begins to sing a song of farewell, as promised. Okay. Second time reading that, so hopefully this time it didn't break! Yay! Hopefully it didn't break! I like this story. I'm excited to read more of it. I'm interested in Kazdel because apparently it's... Kazdel was... What did you guys say? It was... Rhodes Island before it became Rhodes Island, it was Kazdel. And like, or no, Babel was before Rhodes Island, that's what it was. And the people from Kazdel and whatever, you guys told me about it and I'm interested to read more. I don't really have much else to say. I do like this character. Something that I did and like enjoy when I read it the first time is the fact that she is very contradictory to the area around her, because everyone in Kazdel is like angry and against the world and wearing like all black and just very mean, mad. And then she is like super happy and nice and like wants to believe in people a little bit. Like when the kid stole her wallet even, or her purse, she was just like, oh, okay. And then like just try to get it back instead of like using her magic, which would have been very easily done. So it's nice to see a nice character in this dark, twisted area. Like the video, like and subscribe. I love having you guys around. I'm gonna read more of this soon, so if you don't want to miss it, ring the bell and turn on notifications so you don't miss another video. If you want to support the channel, the link for my Ko-Fi will also be in the description. If you want to buy me a coffee, I'd really appreciate it. Other than that though, if you want to talk to other people in the community, join the Discord. I usually ask you guys a lot of questions in there. It's easier to get answers there than it is in the comments. Besides that, you better have a good night, and bye-bye!